So we got a update from Jalen Johnson today about his injury. And not only that, we got our 5 team captains named. And finally, our left tackle has been named. That starting left tackle. A lot to talk about, y'all, so keep it locked. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to an all-new episode of CHI Go Bears. As always, it's your boy, John Jay. And with me, once again, is my dog, Dee Snow from the Go. What's going on, cuzzo?
Just a few days away, man. Just a few days away. And we're going to be singing, we're going to be singing to the Vikings. I saw you and him walking in the rain. Bro, it seems like football brings the excitement out of America. I don't know, this is a big sport here, not everywhere. It is growing, but here it brings out fandom. It brings out the fantasy leagues. It brings out the rivalries. So this is a fun time of the year, man. I'm overexcited. Plus, it was a great weekend in college football. So, man, how you doing?
I'm good, and that's a fact. It was a great weekend in college football, and it is just does change the atmosphere. Everything is different when football season is around. So, you got that right. But yeah, I'm definitely hyped up, and we got some long-awaited news today. That we kind of been waiting for this entire camp, preseason, all that, the whole offseason, what was going to happen at left tackle.
Yeah.
So we're going to start right there, Dee Snow, and react to the news today that Braxton Jones was officially named the starter for week 1. How does this make you feel, Dee Snow? Any surprises there? Any regrets? What are we thinking about this?
No surprises or regrets. I think in the beginning, when all this was going down, we both kind of said that barring injury, it's his job. He had to actually lose that job. Yes, Ozzy's look good. We've seen them switch people in and out of that spot, but Braxton has the most experience, and they're giving him his chance. If he fails miserably, we know he's going to be on the out. So this is your shot, Braxton, to step in and show out. And I think that's what this is about. They like, hey, look, you healthy, you ready to go. You know the scheme. You've been here the longest. Hey, it's your time. So if they couldn't make a decision that somebody was better, it was kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, you already passed, but see if you can get a high grade. So I think they just, trying to, you gotta set something in stone and move forward. You can't keep bottling this going into the game on Monday. So, I mean, I'm fine with that. Protect our guy in your head. If you don't, you gone.
Yeah, there's something to be said about the continuity of it. Caleb knows him; he knows Caleb. And he's coming off of a significant injury, so you expect him to start slow. It's kind of one of those, it's not a surprise. It was expected. I've been talking about it since the beginning. I pretty much expected it was going to come down to it. The thing that bothers me, though, is the fact that no one seemed to have taken the job. It went to the default option. And he wasn't ready. Is he the best option on the squad? Yes. Obviously, yes.
Yes.
But coming back from the injury, I don't know if he's ready yet. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to get ready. He's still a serviceable option, especially for him going into a contract year. You expect him to give it his all.
Yeah. Of course.
But there's some extra heat in the division. We talked about the Michael Parsons move.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about a little bit more about him later. But there's still a concern there. Even a healthy version of Braxton Jones is still a meh. It could be worse. He's not a bad option, but he's not a great option. You like to wish you could have gotten better at the position, but it's not a bad. And he's still really good in the running game as well. So there's still some positive here. It's not a bad pick. But, it was good that he was the worst option. The fallback option, I should say.
Of course.
You hope that you could have gotten a little bit more with Ozzy Trapillo there. Looks like right now he'll be the swing, and we don't know throughout the season if there's any movement. But you at least got to be glad that at worst we still had this guy that we know can get the job done.
And we have
So
depth behind him. That's what's
we got some
important.
depth.
We
Yeah,
got some depth finally.
absolutely, 100%. But moving on from that, we heard from the main man, Jalen Johnson, a little bit about his injury status. And he mentioned that he's doing everything that he can um, to be ready for the season opener. Sounds like the plan is still to have him ready, although right now he's not officially cleared yet. So there is a little concern there still. These injuries are kind of mounting up. But he said it sounds like it was a freak accident right before the start of camp.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know exactly what the accident was, but there's some questions there as
I
far as
wondered, because first thing came to my mind is I wonder does it have anything to do with that bag with the pink pills he had when he was on the boat? Hey, I'm gonna tell you this too. It seems like ever since it could, we don't know for sure because we're not in the know, but it seems like he shook Cardi B. Ever since he shook Cardi B, has got a lot quieter around
no, no,
him.
no. We talking about the same guy?
Oh,
Cardi B, that was Stephon Diggs.
you said Diggs.
I'm talking about the Jalen Johnson.
You said Jalen Johnson, and my mind went straight to that, and that was not on purpose. Forgive me, fans. That's a shame.
Like,
I was
wait a
ready to
minute,
throw
hold
a
on.
shot. Just
Like,
ready
wait.
to throw a shot. Now I got to take it back. I got to take my dap back.
But yeah, Jalen Johnson. It sounds like it was a freak accident. That is the
But we need
reason
more
for him.
information, though. Freak accident. Did you fall over the dog? Did you fall down the stairs? Like, what happened, bro?
I'm wondering that too. But it says this is growing. When speaking with reporters, Johnson revealed that he suffered a pretty bad injury in my groin. In the period preceding the start of camp, and he's now hoping to be cleared in time for the season opener against Minnesota on Monday. He he said on Marquee Sports Network, "I like to say I can go out there and play, but I mean it's definitely hard too." Um, but yeah, that's the question is how? What exactly
Bro,
was this? So
bro just signed a 4-year, $76 million contract within the last year. We need you to figure this out and get on the field, bro. You got your
I,
paper.
Yeah, and I mean, and he sound like he doing everything he can to get on the field, but
That
I
is
feel
weird, though.
like there's some serious questions there, and that brings me to the next topic, which is gonna make me double back on this,
Uh-oh. We're
and
going to
that's
find
with
out.
these captains.
Yeah.
The captains were named,
Oh,
and
I like the way you looked at that. I didn't even pay
you see what
attention
I
to
did
that.
there. You see what I
Yeah,
did
you
there.
did, because he's one of our best players on the team, not just defense.
Why is he not a captain? So the captains were named. And they are Caleb Williams, Joe Tooney, Grady Jarrett, Kevin Byard, and Cairo Santos, the kicker.
Mm.
Um, Now they split it so you got 2 offense, 2 defense, and a special teams rep. But that's never necessarily been a thing, a special teams guy to be the
Yeah.
captain.
Yeah, I agree.
And when I looked at this, I started, the way my mind is
Yeah. Like,
worried
hold
and
on,
working. Like,
something ain't right. Like, what has Jalen done?
why
Is he on the
Jalen
outs?
Johnson is the best defensive player on the team. Even if he's injured, he's still a locker room leader.
Yeah.
So
That's
why
tough.
is he not a captain? So now, and then hearing this freak incident got me thinking, honestly, Dee Snow, I wonder if my man really just got caught up into some bullshit and hurt himself on some BS,
On some Dwight
and they
Howard.
pissed off at him. And maybe they just got pissed off at him.
Yeah. Hey, but if that's the case, I love the way that there is no real news about this. The Bears are keeping it in-house. In the day and the age of TMZ, people willing to pay for all information, people trying to out people. For the fact that something ain't right and we know it, and it's not out there, hey, great job, Bears. New coach is really starting to look good.
So you can say the same thing, man. We talked about the rookie, Zy Frazier, and how they they said just a personal issue and he's out for the season. I've
Yeah,
heard. I don't know if there's any truth to it. I don't like to quote things that I haven't seen
yeah.
to be proven.
Sounds like it's a new
But
sheriff in town, though.
I heard I heard a report that maybe I think his girlfriend passed away or something like that.
Wow. Now that's deep if that really what happened. Now that's if that's
Um,
really what happened, then that's could yeah, that could change a lot.
and they didn't let that out. Um,
Man, they are really doing a good job
they
then,
gave
because
him,
I never heard
they
anything
just
about
put him
that.
on IR for the year. Like
Where'd you hear that? Where'd you hear that information from?
that's why I say it's not proven. I just
Okay, okay,
read
so
it.
that's why you okay.
I just
Yeah, yeah,
randomly read it.
yeah,
So I got to look that. I got to really dig and see that.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's what I heard. But that's not a
Yeah, because the
proven
other day
thing.
they had on Twitter that our president had passed away. So
Yeah,
you got to watch everything. You never know what's real anymore, man. Like
they kept
because
that
people thought it
going
was
too.
real. Man. Hey, people kept that going and they was loving it. So it just shows you, man. Like people love negativity and they looking for it at all times. So you got to be careful.
Absolutely. But what are your thoughts on those five starters? And he did mention that they were going to also have a weekly starter added to each week,
Mhm.
a different weekly guy to make it six. But what do you think about those five names?
From looking at the list and seeing what they did, I feel like they went out there and made veterans, the captains. Everybody that's a captain, there's no young guys. It's all guys that have been in the league for a
Except for
while.
Caleb,
Except for Caleb, of course, but Caleb is our quarterback. That's the
the
guy that
face.
drives the car. He
You're the
drives the car.
face.
Everybody else is just the engine. I mean, it's just the car itself, but the parts. But yeah, man, I like it. I think it's important to have, that those older guys that have been through the trenches that can kind of, keep guys, at that level as well as keep them riled up, especially on those low moment times. Because like we talked about, we're trying to build a new culture here. And you need that. This is what the streets is missing. Having those older guys that can give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that to make sure you understand life. Because if you don't have somebody older that's been through some of these things, you'll crash out. Not everybody, but a big percentage will. So I like that we are steady trying to find a way to make our culture a much bearable situation.
I see what you did there. But yeah, I like it. Joe Tooney, a guy that's been under multiple regimes and got rings with Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is without a doubt
Yeah.
somebody I want to be a captain on this team.
Yeah.
Grady Jarrett, who's played in a Super Bowl, who's been around some really good teams and coaches. Seems like a good fit for these youngsters. Yes, without a doubt, he seems like a good fit to be a captain. Kevin Byard, they talked about him so much last year, his leadership, and he came in and took over that role.
I've
Yes, I'm
always been a
fine. I'm
Bayer
totally
fan too,
fine with that.
man. Always been a Bayer fan.
So yeah, I like that. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like what's going on, I should have brought it to you sooner, but please do your boys a solid and hit that thumbs up. Give your boys a like. Share this thing and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we gets busy over here.
And you
And
know this, man.
Shout out to all you new Green Bay Packers fans. Hi, haters. But no, we love it. We love it. Y'all keep on coming. I love to see y'all here. We're gonna have a good time this season. Definitely can't wait to see y'all. We're gonna have a lot of smack talk back and forth between
all day long.
But but yeah, I think it's a solid group. But my biggest question, like I said, is the Jalen Johnson. Why is he not on here? Cairo Santos, yeah, all right. It's very hard to kick successfully in Soldier Field. It's a windy place and you're successful there. So yay. But that should have been Jalen Johnson, in my opinion. I'm sorry. So I feel like there's got to be a reason to that. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Is there any validity to the way I'm thinking? Like, did he really just fuck up his own opportunity to be a captain? Did he really do some slick shit? I don't know. We'll see. I hope that I'm wrong and I'm just being paranoid. But aside from that, before we wrap it up, last thing I want to mention, for some of you new Green Bay fans, some more Michael Parsons news. I'm sure everybody's heard by now, but big Adam Schefter report came out about his back.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons' back injury. And to be honest, a lot of people were thinking that this was a fake injury. Yeah. And some people, there's still some skeptics out there that think that this still might not be 100%.
Yeah, they talking he might need an epidural. Like,
yeah, they say if he wants to play this
against
the Lions in this first week, he gonna have to take an epidural. But I was watching what's my man name? Florio, the PFI talk. Um, and they were thinking him and the former quarterback, Chris Sims, they were thinking that this was all a way to get around the CBA. You had the injury that may be real, may not be real, but I can't. How is it going to look if all of a sudden, yes,
Yeah.
I've traded, I'm signed, I'm healthy, I'm ready
Yeah.
for week one.
I
So
think
they
so
got to
too.
put in some reports that, hey, in order for them to play, I got to
Yeah.
get this needle to get
Because
me
we
right.
both know the ownership in all sports in America is trying to take control again. So they watching and they waiting for those moments when they can try to get over on a guy like Micah because he's young, and that's why. And I'm not gonna lie, shout out to his agent. Dude is so well spoken, such a nice guy. He wasn't all over excited about everything. He wasn't really mad at Jerry, but he laid it out there and he said it like, I mean, at the end of the day, a 25-year-old, that's negotiating the biggest contract in his life needs his agent in the room. And if people don't understand that, then they're wrong for that. That's not fair to him. You can't be mad at him and try to do that to this kid and then say we don't want to talk anymore. He said I reached out to them multiple times and they would not come back to the table. So that just shows you that at the end of the day, that Jerry, yes, you think you know what you're doing. Yes, your team is valued at a lot, but it's not because y'all winning. It's only
He was trying to
because
be slick.
man, he basically, bro, he had at the end of the day, they are just like the Cubs at this point. And I love my Cubs to death. Everybody knows that. But if we win, lose, or draw, that stadium is full no matter what. Every game, every season. I don't care if we went 260. That place would be packed and rocking, singing a 7 in the stretch. That's what he has with Dallas, and he knows that. He has that lore and it's a shame that only $13 trillion. $13 billion, I think the team was valued at lately, which is more, I think, more than any other team out. Like, but you don't want to take care of these guys? Like, it's sad, man. Especially watching everybody have to retract their words, Now you got Dak and every CD, and what's happening when y'all play them? It's like, this is too much on their team, man. This just ruined their season. I don't care what nobody said.
Yeah. But as far as, do you think there's some validity though to that suggestion that maybe it's not a legit injury? Maybe they're just saying this so we can feed the CBA.
I would have usually said I don't know, but the way they came at his agent on the shows today, asking him questions, and the way he boxed his way around it without saying too much or putting himself in trouble, it shows me that this is not the end of this. They might be looking into this on the other side of it too, to on both sides to make sure exactly what's going on, because
They might
Jerry
change
ain't
up
right.
that CBA agreement.
Yeah, because Jerry not right for trying to say I got a handshake deal with this kid. That this is going. He's basically right now the most talented. When you're looking at selling when it comes to defense, like who wouldn't want this kid? It's just so much going on with that, man. It just shows you this is the way of the world. In the world, every day you wake up, you know what's coming. You don't know what's coming. And this one right here, it shows you that. And I want to see, like you said, I want to see if either side was not being honest, because we all know that when guys are in contract stalls, they on my back, because you can't tell somebody they back door.
Yeah.
You can't, and everybody knows that. So we're gonna see
my
who tries
back
to use
hurt
this
because I've been carrying you broke ass niggas for all this goddamn.
And the first chance you get, you ship me out of here. You ship me out of here. Got kids crying.
For
But
real.
another thing they said too that I really enjoyed when they was talking about the money, they said Jerry was only offering him guaranteed money for 1 year. In the contract, he got guaranteed money for 3 or 4 years. Like, bro, that matters in a football player's life. I'm taking 4 years guaranteed over 1 year
Now,
anytime.
was that because Jerry knew that the back was a problem?
I wonder, but you can't say that because Jerry has fumbled the last few signings with the guys on his own team. He's fumbled them away like crazy. So I can't see this being that it was his back. I think Jerry just really think it's funny too, because we got a bunch of old dudes like Jerry. You got the president, dudes that just think that they're always right in their own mind, even when they're wrong, and can't nobody tell them nothing. And that's the planet Jerry lives on. Hey, he gonna stay. That man gonna die with his flag and stand on it with his sword in hand.
You're right about that. You're right about that. That's a fact. But Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I would like to hear y'all thoughts on this.
Yes,
Do
yes.
you think this is a real serious, legit injury with Michael Parsons, or do you think he's gonna show up and show out on week one?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, and one more thing too. Yahoo Fantasy Sports. Man, I don't like the way y'all came at me because I drafted Rome Odunze and put him on my team. Y'all told me that was a bad pick.
what
Let's
round did you
bear
pick him?
down, man. Telling me my pick's bad, man. Go on with y'all suggested picks and what y'all think. Tired of these putnits, man.
What round did you pick?
Oh, I probably picked them in like probably late, like real late. Like I got them because I already
Okay.
got like I have Garrett Wilson. I already got here it is right here. Yeah. So man, I picked him up in the eighth round. Eighth round. So I picked him up late. He was just still out there. And I'm like, you know what? I need at least one bear on my team. I can't go too far without a bear, you know.
Yeah, yeah. He should have a big season.
I'm expecting that from him. And hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. Thursday's gonna be fun, man. 2 more days to football. I know it ain't our day, Bears
It's
fan.
still football.
But
It's
man,
still
football is
Legit
2 days
football.
away. Real
Thursday
live
and
hitting.
Friday.
And it's a soap opera to go with it because the Dallas Cowboys play. So it's gonna be all around greatness, man. It's gonna be
I like
fun,
the way
man.
it's going down.
Yes, sir. Hey,
And-
this is going perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, buddy. And on that note, Dee Snow, you got anything else before we get on up out of here?
No, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all. Please keep coming back. We do love chopping it up. And please get in the comments. Talk y'all shit. We gonna talk it back, and it's all friendly, man. It's all love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, from us here at CHI Go Bears, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Please give your boys a thumbs up down there in them comments. Hit that bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss a single drop. Share
You
this
already
thing.
know.
Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all. And it's better down, Chicago. Peace.